Good morning, young people at home, wherever you're tuning in. Evidence Jalinjali here from the MTN Foundation. We are coming to you in collaboration with our partner, Junior Achievement. Young person, you will know that the MTN Foundation has been in a partnership with JA for quite a number of years. And we are happy that our partnership is continuing to grow in leaps and bounds. Today specifically, we are coming to you live, as you would know, and we're bringing you such an interesting program that we are starting, a first of its kind, with our partner, which is actually something that is actually going to help you as a young person. And what we are trying to ensure, or what we're trying to help you with, we are trying to help you or expose you to what is happening in the online space for those who may be interested in pursuing their entrepreneurship appetite or interest, or those that are already in entrepreneurship. Basically, what we're doing as a foundation with JA, I'm sure you must have seen, young people, in the media, that the MTN Foundation is actually trying to ensure that we play such a role in trying to ensure that digital skills are made available to young people for them to actually access online jobs, or try to equip them to actually ensure that they actually access online opportunities and jobs. So today what we are starting, it's a series of lessons. We'll be bringing experts in different subjects or topics that are actually going to be helping you young people to learn about these opportunities. Today in particular, we are coming with Nati Gule, who is a registered freelancer. We all know him. He has experience of over 12 years. And this actually serves, or even confirms, that Nati is actually the rightful person to talk to you about this subject matter. He's also experienced in business mentorship. You must have seen him doing this type of work. He's also a very experienced marketer. He's also playing a very huge role in the social media space. He also does have expertise around public relations, writing, and also branding and research. So I just want to invite you to sit down, sit still, and make sure that you follow the program today as he imparts and shares what exactly is freelancing. All we can say as JA and MTN, we are saying to you, we'll be sharing with you in the coming months as to what exactly are the topics that we hope to cover as we try to expose you to this very interesting series. Thank you. I will just now introduce Nati to take you through the business session today. Thank you.
A very good morning, Eswatini. A very good morning to the world that is tuning in today. My name is Natikule, and I am excited to be here today for our very first lecture on freelancing, the next big business for 2023. For the next 20 minutes or so, we're just going to be going into unpack what is freelancing, what are the opportunities there, and already looking at the word freelancing, it sounds like a small word, but at the end of the day, freelancing is self-employment. And at a time when the world is looking at issues of cost of living, issues of job cuts, where can you find employment today? Are you going to go and look for a job, and who will employ you? If no one can employ you, why not take the next route? They usually talk about business. Why not go for business? It's sometimes difficult to get into the business space. You need lots of capital, and that is where freelancing comes in. It is the next option, the next big option towards self-employment. You have the skills from university, you have the skills even from high school to become a freelancer, as long as you can identify the opportunities, you can identify the gaps. And that is what we'll be doing here today. And it is a thriving multi-billion industry of freelancers all around the world. I'm going to be telling you a bit later also how much money you can make as a freelancer. We can just go straight to the first slide so that we just absorb all that we can today. Of course, this is brought to you by the Entrepreneurship Skills Digital Hub, a partnership between MTN Eswatini and JA Eswatini. And I am the first speaker of the 5-part series. There will be other speakers as we go along. I've been already introduced as Nati Gule, a registered freelancer under the Southern African Freelancers Association. I'm excited that they are also a part of this broadcast. So that means this message is going around SADC as well, and some of the material that I'll be sharing today is authentic, latest information about the freelancing business endorsed by Safria. Of course, as they've mentioned, my areas of expertise include business mentorship, which I also do with Junior Achievement Eswatini, marketing, social media management, which is a freelance skill, public relations, it's a freelance skill, as well as writing, branding, and research, all freelance skills, because you cannot survive on one source of income. We move right along to the exciting part. You're watching at home and you're asking, what is freelancing really? Why would they even have a broadcast all about freelancing? What's so important about this? Freelancer, as it is pronounced, freelancer. Freelancer is a person who works as a writer, designer, performer, researcher, anything that you have skills in or have passion in. This person is mostly selling services more than they are selling products. And they charge by the hour, they charge by the day, or they charge by the specific job project. For example, you can be a freelancer. Let's say I'm hired by an NGO and they hire me as a writing freelancer. So I'm just in there to write press releases for them, and it could be a 3-month contract. That is already self-employment. I am not running it as a business, but I'm running it as a freelancer, a solopreneur, if you would like to call it, because we have entrepreneurs, but a freelancer is a solopreneur. We move right along. So checking the difference, what's the difference then between freelance and being employed or having your own business? A freelancer basically is a more cost-effective way to start your business or entrepreneurship journey. It is more entry-level, but over time it becomes a sustainable business, because the more experience you gain, the more you are able to charge more, and the more you can eventually register your management consultancy. I started out without that management consultancy. I grew, and now I'm paying a management consultancy trading license, because now the kind of freelance jobs I am attracting are from companies, and they need you to have a registration. But at the start, I was taking up jobs that needed an individual for a short-term contract, built up my experience and skill set to be able to grow into that business stage. So freelancers are definitely called solopreneur. I'm a solopreneur. This is me. This is all. You hire the company, you hire me, you're done. And we usually run their consulting or services alone. The advantages, obviously, is that you do not require office space and rent. It's a huge advantage. You get to work from your beanbag as long as you send the items on time. I'll make an example of a graphic designer. They work from wherever they want. All I need is my poster ready for Mkwembeni Pride this Friday for whatever event, or for Solanis or whatever, or that church event that you want that graphic designer to design. You don't need them physically with you. They charge you for the service. You pay them. You're done. We're using electronic systems now. And some contracts are actually clearly stated work from home, which is quite interesting. I had a project with the European Union. The contract that came through, it said work from home, which is exciting because you can also catch up on soccer in between your work. And of course, that is where the flexible hours come in. Very, very good to be a freelancer because of that. Yet work requires you to be there from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and sometimes longer hours. So freelance is better in those aspects. But why? Why freelancing? Why freelancing? According to Forbes, like one of the biggest entrepreneurship magazines in the world, they had this article, The Trends Shaping the Freelance Revolution in 2023. And this is a quote from that. It says, 2023 is a growth year for many freelancers. With job cuts and hiring no longer taking place, the work must continue. So how does it continue? Fiverr, one of the biggest freelancing sites in the world, did a study and found that in 2023, 78% of companies will rely on freelancing in 2023 rather than fully and permanently hire staff. So that is where you need to start your freelancing journey, because if it's 80%, roughly 80% of companies looking for freelancers, that means out of 10 companies that you approach, 8 of them will be asking, would rather engage a freelancer than they would take out a job post and so many other things. The next phase now that you ask yourself is, do I even have the skills to be a freelancer? What skills are needed? I hear you're talking about research. I'm not into research, but I do want to be a freelancer. Where can I squeeze in? There are multiple skills that are needed under the freelance department sector. I mean, and the top ones have been listed by a reputable site called Work Rebels. They listed these skills at the end of 2022. They said the number one mostly wanted skill is freelance writing. People are just looking for writers. And when you sit and look at it, if you can talk, you can write. So why not go into freelance writing as a career, as a freelance career? That EU contract I was talking about, I was just doing freelance writing, doing interviews in communities and emailing that and getting paid just for that freelance writing. If you can write a composition at school, why can't you do a project? Copywriting. Copywriting is for magazines, producing copy for magazines, newspapers, sometimes for advertising campaigns. This number 3 is very popular, editing and proofreading. Everyone needs an editor or a proofreader. Every single person, from people running Facebook pages who don't want errors on their posts. They can send you that post. You know, I want to post this. I'll pay you monthly. For example, 1,000 emalangeni monthly for you to just be my editor and proofreader of all my posts. I'll pay you 500 emalangeni. And if you get 10 of those people, you already have 5,000 emalangeni just doing editing and proofreading for social media. That doesn't need you to be a registered company, but you are a freelancer and you're freelancing on that, even doing it for companies. There's people who are doing theses, people who are doing assignments for school. They don't have the time to reread their own work, but they can say, hey, here's 250 emalangeni, please read this 10-page document for me, flag the grammar and correct it and bring it back to me. That is a lucrative industry. Graphic design, we've spoken about it. Posters every day. People are getting married. People are hosting events. That is a lucrative industry. Website design is also coming up, same as Facebook pages design. Transcription. This is also a huge one. Like when I said earlier, even if you ended at Form 5 in terms of your schooling, there's no way you cannot not transcribe. So you find community meetings are being held and you just go there, you ask to offer a service to be their transcriber or to be their minute taker, and you record and you transcribe that into a written document. It's a lucrative industry as well. and then you do your pricing. Social media marketing, massive. I don't need to explain that one. Search engine optimization specialist, not so much in Eswatini, but it is a huge one. Accounting and bookkeeping, massive. With taxes, with running just the smallest business, you need accounting and bookkeeping. Virtual assistant, I need someone to remind me that I have a meeting, and I can pay a person to remind me that. Actually, speaking of which, please do contact me after this one so that I can interview someone for a virtual assistant position that I have as a freelancer, of course. Video creation, editing, and marketing, definitely one. And then mobile app development. These are just a few. There are countless number of them, and so you can then start looking where you can squeeze in. And just on that point, I have also been looking at the fact that there's so many industries in Eswatini. However, people are not realizing the opportunities within those industries to go in as freelancers. I'll make an example of agriculture and farming. You are running a farm, you are producing produce each and every day, but you don't have a bookkeeper, you don't have a graphic designer to design stickers for your products, you don't have a social media manager to send out WhatsApp messages to talk about your produce that it's ready. Are you approaching farms to say, hey, I see you're running a farm, can I do your Facebook page? Give me 250 malangeni. I have the phone, I have the data, I can grow this. That is an income. 10 farms, 2,500 malangeni. That's income. So we can continue to the next slide. When can you start freelancing? I need to go a bit fast because my time. When can you start freelancing? From where we've been now discussing about identifying your strengths, identifying what you're good at. That's how you can start your freelancing journey. When you're ready to work on your projects alone, strong enough to work alone, when you've gathered all the necessary skill sets and the tools, we spoke about a phone. All freelancers have a phone. They have a laptop. That's the basic startup gear for a freelancer. You need to have good communication skills to seamlessly communicate with clients. Not necessarily English skills, but communication skills. If you communicate brilliantly in Siswati, you can still be a good freelancer. And then you also have to have a good portfolio to showcase your works. Keep, for example, I need a graphic designer. Show me where you've graphic designed. I'm saying I want a virtual assistant. Have you been a virtual assistant for the youth pastor and helping him with his appointments? Then you've got a portfolio to showcase to me to get you in as a virtual assistant. And then you can start once you feel you are ready to get clients. I think you can come back to me so that it's not too square. Yeah. Oh, okay, perfect. Sorry, just checking on our progress. Then how would you be able to start freelancing? How do I start freelancing? You're listening to me and saying, this guy is going blah, blah, blah. But how do I start, man? Well, this is how you start. You start by building a portfolio, a profile, a social media presence that showcases your past works, your skill set, and your passion, which is why I have a serious problem with a Facebook page of a person always showing themselves at a groove, enjoying EPEV, and you ask yourself, who is going to hire you? Because they are not looking for a beverage manager or a beverage freelancer. So why are you posting that? Why don't you post something that will give you money? Showcase your skills. Showcase that you are a good copywriter, you're a good graphic designer. Show us your designs. This is my latest design, I'm so happy. This is my latest poster, I'm so happy. This is my latest website, this is my latest piece of writing, I'm so happy. That will attract clients to you, and that is when you're ready to, that is how you start. And then secondly, brand yourself. Who are you? I go onto your Facebook page, you are a groove and you're enjoying EPEV, and I'm asking myself, but what is your skill set? When I get to your Facebook page, it must be like mine. Clearly state you are a speaker, you are a writer, you are a marketing consultant. If you are a graphic designer, Sipho Dlamini, graphic designer. If you're a safety officer or a safety consultant, I'm a safety consultant. So people already know that you've got that skill set. Saying I am a Gina Dlamini from Young Money Inc. is not going to get you your next freelance job. And then also be sure that you have got good communication skills. We've spoken about that. Then also clearly specify your skills. We've spoken about that. And Also decide on your pricing structure. We'll get to that. I'll share with you the prices. I'll share with you the link to go and get the prices, and you'll get to know how much can I charge as a graphic designer. Is 100 Malangeni okay? So that you talk with strength, when you talk with confidence to your client. Decide on your payment system and methods. The other day someone was telling me that they engaged a freelancer and they want to pay the freelancer. The freelancer is saying, please send to this number. They're saying, what's the branch code? He says, I don't know, I just know that it's in Mbabane. Make sure you have all your systems, payment systems, in order so that your payment can go through quickly. Very important. If you want to be a freelancer, start out with a proposal template, a brief agreement template to say, I'm going to provide you a graphic design of one logo, but if you change it 10 times, you'll pay 10 times more. But if you change it only 3 times, those 3 reverts are still free. So have that agreement. And then last but not least, be able to quote and also invoice, so that whoever you are charging is able to then keep track of everything. Registration, this is a very key one, because at the end of the day, we all know that in Eswatini, people want to engage companies. I once had the very unfortunate situation where I did the work and now I wanted to get paid, and they said, no, on our register we only pay companies. But I came in as an individual, as a freelancer. They said, yes, we understand that, but we'll pay a consultant. So you can firstly affiliate to freelance groups where you can upload your CV and they match you with jobs looking for certain freelancers. That's one way. Being a registered freelancer is one, and that one is it includes the Southern African Freelancers Association. Just go to their website, register with them. That's one way of being registered. The second way is just going into the full company registration process, but still you'll be working as an individual. A trading license, for example, advertising, where graphic design comes in, is about 1,000 emalangeni or less. So you then look at what a year, 1,000 a year. So you then look at what can work with your pocket. Pros and cons of freelancing. We discussed this. You could work when you want to, because you just work according to a deadline. You work from home or wherever you want. You are your own boss. You choose only projects you want to work on, unlike at work. You learn as you go and learn what you want. To work on a variety of projects at the same time, like I'm doing. Gosh, you can cut off many expenses. There's no dress code. They only want your work. They don't care if you are doing the graphic design in pajamas. As long as you give me my poster at 12 noon, you have your own personal life. Actually, there is a dress code if you are a freelance photographer. I prefer my freelance photographers looking the part. Obviously, there's challenges in everything. The cons are that you may not always know when your next payment will come, because you are not fully employed, but it does come and it does make you happy. You must be constantly looking for clients, which is a nice thing. You have to be good at more than just one skill. It's good, it grows you. No insurance, no job guarantee, no retirement is a con. Working alone can get very lonely, unless you're an introvert like me. I love working alone. There's creativity burnout, which is a major problem, but there's always ways around that. You have to be self-disciplined and self-motivated. That is a huge one. But if you can be self-motivated to go a groove and enjoy IPEV, you can then also be self-motivated and self-disciplined to make money. Why not? If you can be motivated to lose money, why not be motivated to make it? And then if your office is in your home, it can be very easy to end up working all the time. I do that till 11 p.m. But it's fun because it's making money. Do's and don'ts of freelancing. You've decided you want to be a freelancer. Be disciplined. Keep your clients' satisfaction top priority. Always makes T's and C's clear. Be honest, reliable, and self-guided. I saw a post on Facebook. It said, where can I find a reliable graphic designer? And the comment said, reliable and graphic designer are two things that don't go together. You won't find one. And that comment had a lot of likes, because yeah, it's too far and far between. And graphic designers, you need to work on selling yourself as reliable freelancers. After project completion, ask for a couple of lines from your happy clients as testimonials. Graphic designer, they are saying you're not reliable. Take out a testimonial from Junior Achievement Eswatini. I delivered in time, before time. I'm reliable. That's why it's important to have that testimonial. Do's and don'ts: never miss a deadline. Miss a deadline, your freelance portfolio or structure just becomes destroyed. Do not be late to reply clients' email messages and phone calls. That is your daily bread. Don't be vague in explaining things to a client. And also, most importantly, don't say you can do something even if you know that you can't. We only have 20 minutes and 10 minutes for questions. So most information you can get online. Lot of information online. How to start out, where to go, what information, what tools I need. They are all on these platforms. I love safria.com, the South African Freelancers Association. I love freelancer.com. Lots of videos, lots of content. I love freelancer.co.uk. I actually did a project in UK as a freelancer, because you also have to have a good LinkedIn account. So I was on my LinkedIn, got an inbox. Hey, we need someone to just walk to the street, do a few interviews for a project that we want to do, and then email us the feedback that you got if they would like our products. I did that. They shipped in money from the UK because of being a freelancer, and I worked from home for that project. Opportunitydesk.com. So if you can just screenshot this and just go into them. We've spoken about what a client looks for to award your project: reliability, quality work, prompt response, clear communication, self-guided, self-motivated. We've spoken about that one. We will go into, ultimately, you have to be able to write a good proposal in order to get jobs. And when you write a proposal, you need to understand the project first, address the client's requirement for the project and the solution that you will offer. Let him know the benefits he would get from you and the solution. Have project fields, share skills and past works, and put ahead any question you think would be very useful as you're undertaking the project. And now the exciting part: people want to know about the money. How much is all this? Is it worth it? Because I think graphic designers will charge 50 malangeni, or photographer will charge so much money. Is it worth it going for freelancing, solopreneurship instead of entrepreneurship? Why don't I just wait until I have enough registration money and become an entrepreneur one time? It is worth it. Here are earnings per month from a latest study by SAFRIA, which is the Southern African Freelancers Association. Depending on what's worth it to you, though. But the average monthly income for a freelancer is between 11,000 to 20,000 a month. This is the average. 23% most of freelancers are earning in that bracket. But if you look at the slide, those getting up to 30k are 14%, which is not bad. It means it's possible to make 30,000 emalangeni per month. Those making up to 40 are 11%, again very possible. And then 40 to 50 to 70, it's about 2%, 2%. Those are the really experienced freelancers. But on average, if you're going to start out as a freelancer, you're going to be making about 20k, 11 to 20k. Am I making that? Maybe not. Maybe I'm on 0 to 4,000, which is the 19%. But I am going to grow into being maybe up until that a lower level. There are also those earning above 70,000, which is 1.48%. And in terms of percentage, already 70% are full-time freelancers, with 72% interestingly being women. Yeah, we can go to the next slide. And then looking at the rates, you can already see on public relations and communications, which I do, you can already see the way it's structured. If you go to this website, you're going to find these rates, and you're going to look at what you can charge. You can see the rates that, for example, a press release. Let's say you studied journalism at Limco Queen or media at Limco Queen. or at Egwaluseni. You'll find that just writing one word for a press release is going. You can get between 3 and 4 emalangeni. There are those who charge 2 emalangeni, and others go as high as 7 emalangeni 50 cents, and then the average rate is 4 emalangeni. Times that by a general press release is about 1,000 words. So you're looking at 1,000 times 4, which is 4,000 for just one piece of paper, and then you can already see how lucrative how lucrative freelancing is. And then here, I'm sure most people are like, now let's go, want to know about social media. We love social media. Okay, social media content, you can charge 300 emalangeni per post. You can charge 3 emalangeni per word. You can charge 450 emalangeni per hour, depending on your client and their budget. You can see that even if you go very low and say, hey, I'll charge you 150. If you do 10 posts in that month, you're already on 1,500 emalangeni for those posts. And if you've got 10 companies you're doing it for, you've got 15,000, and you are a social media making money as a social media freelancer. Not much registration there needed as well, because it's an individual assignment. You can do it for musicians, you can do it for artists, you can do it for brands, you can do it for models. You can just be a social media consultant for anyone, for even a shop selling clothing. You can be their social media person and charge them that 150 per post, and they'll get value for money through clients. Graphic design, we normally say to graphic designers, please do me a poster, I'll give you 50 emalangeni. Southern African rates are saying up to 550 per hour of doing that post, not 50 emalangeni. So you can have these rates, and when you go to talk to your potential clients, tell them, people are charging this kind of money, my friend, and you are asking me to go to 50 emalangeni. What can you get for 50 emalangeni? From that design, what sort of design will you get? And if the design is going to take you a half day, you can charge up to 1,700. Imagine if you're doing 10 of 1,500, you engaged 10 half days. That's 17,000 emalangeni for that a month, just from sitting at home on a beanbag and designing posters. Designing a logo, same thing, 500 per hour, up to 5,000 emalangeni a day. Videography, there are the rates. I'm on video now, up to 6,500 a day. Photography, model shoot, we love to do those model shoots. Hey, they go up to 8,000 emalangeni for a full day. So you just now realize what sort of speciality and a niche this is. Photography, yes, that was videography. Then photography is also 8,000, and events up to 7,500 for a full day. That is a mouthful, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've been taking notes. I hope you have questions. Let me just check online if there are any questions that you have posted that you'd like to ask about freelancing. I am available now. I am also available after this, where you can just drop me an inbox on my Facebook page, and you can share, you can ask the different questions. But let me just check online. You've got 34 comments. Let me just check. Do you need a lawyer? Do you need a lawyer when you're a freelancer? Not really, Mbuso Ngwenyama. You don't need a lawyer when you're a freelancer. The agreements that you sign with your clients, they are available online. You go online, you go online, and you just download those agreements. Just say freelancer agreement, and you'll get one, and then you'll share with your client, and the client will then agree and say, oh no, remove this, remove that. You don't necessarily need to have a lawyer. And then if you are motivated to lose money through the groove, be motivated to make money. I like this. Yeah, too many people but have enough motivation to spend, not to make. Spend the little. Social media content. Okay, what about website, Mr. Kule? The website I've shared earlier, Southern African Freelancers Association is the website. You have everything there, from the rates to how to join. You just join for 500 emalangeni for the whole year for being a freelancer. You can ask that site, if you can join that site with 500 emalangeni. They are always writing, hey, I need a graphic designer, I need this. You work from home, you get a job, they pay you ulalangwane. So definitely do go onto that site for more resources as well. Yeah, those were the main things. My main questions. My closing remarks are: there's a song by Lyra, one of my favorite artists. I hope she's doing well. It says, something inside so strong. I like the song in relevance to our discussion today, because all the skills that you need are inside you, and they are also very, very strong, and they can take you to wherever you want. It's one thing to knock looking for a job and hoping your skill set will be recognized. It's another thing to knock at JA offices and say, this is my skill set. Please consider me as a freelancer. I'll charge per job that I do for you. Leave that application there, highlighting all your strengths. I'm good at writing minutes. I do minutes for companies, and I charge them for writing minutes. I can do your minutes. But they didn't call me, I needed to look for them. I can do your minutes. This is my charge. I can do your social media. I can take pictures. I can do video. I can do. You list your skills and they will call you. And then Lyra says, there's something inside so strong. And then there's a part where she breaks out and she says, ngizophumelela, ngizofinyelela, and ngizophikelela. Which basically, summing it all up, she says, I will succeed, I will get there, and I will drive, because there's something inside me so strong. You did social science. There's so much skills you've gained. There's so much, you know how to do statistics, you know how to do research. You have something inside you so strong. Now go out there and sell it. Start selling it on your Facebook page, describing yourself. Who am I? I'm a researcher. I'm a statistician. I can do things for your company. I can change your life. I'm a social scientist. Brand yourself accordingly. Do not brand yourself as CEO at Young Money Inc. Where is Young Money Inc. and what is Young Money Inc.? Brand yourself accordingly to the job you are looking for. And the freelancing, as Forbes has said, is the next big thing. 8 out of 10 companies are looking for freelancers. Start going out and looking for them. Start going out and selling it to them. I'd like to thank Junior Achievement Eswatini for the opportunity to share with the youth. Very passionate about youth issues, very passionate about giving the knowledge that I have in order to help them grow, just like I was helped by others. I'd like to thank MTN Eswatini as well. Really a youth-centered company that really is giving back massively to the youth, from the Duas Den last year to all these partnerships they've been doing. Yesterday, 55 people graduated on an entrepreneurship course sponsored by MTN Eswatini. Really providing value for the communities. Thank you so much, MTN Eswatini. And I'd also like to thank Natikule for a brilliant presentation that has been impactful. There's actually another question here. Before I go, it says, since in our country it seems like we have a lot of graphic designers, and sometimes Gwenda Lama prices ehle, how can we tackle that? Brilliant question, Ngosi. These are challenges that are everywhere. It's not just Eswatini. There's actually a report on that website that I was telling you about. They are also talking about those challenges. Now, the slide, Ngosi, that I shared earlier, it had a part about the frequently charged price, and then it had a part where it spoke about the lowest fare rate and then the highest fare rate. If you look at the prices, there was one charging 2 emalangeni a word, and then there was another charging 7 emalangeni 50 cents a word, and that's the dynamism that is involved with freelance. You will have those prices clashing. But then to answer your question, how do you tackle it? Very easily. Go in to the job with a price that does not leave you worse off. So for example, let's say you have a client and the client says, I need a poster, and they take prices from 5 different graphic designers, including Yungos. Of those 5, one will charge $50, another will charge 1,000 emalangeni for the same job. And then the client now has one issue on deciding. They will have to decide based on portfolio. They will not decide based on price. You pay peanuts, you get a monkey, né? So you're not going to pay peanuts and hope to get a human being or get a great result. So what then happens? They then go back to your Facebook page. They search your Facebook page. They look at your portfolio. Avele kubuya kung 50 rand inalento. Then they start going a bit up. They look at the one who are 250, almost there, but still it looks 250 malange. They end up with the one who are 1,000 malange because it meets the standards. So that is how your value must be determined by your quality of work, and most importantly your Facebook page, because it's difficult to sell yourself as a graphic designer. Even on a Facebook page, I've seen people saying they are branding specialists, but if you go to their Facebook page, you can't see their picture. It should talk about sell, but you want to sell yourself as a branding consultant. So that is what will help you stand out. Gulo 10. You can't run away from competition. You cannot run away from low prices being charged by other people, but you can differentiate yourself by your portfolio and your Facebook page and how you brand yourself. I don't know if there's any other questions, team. Any other questions, team? You don't see any. So thank you very much. For more information, we will share also links to live video interrupted. We will share the links to the different websites, and also this live video will also be available later on for referrals. And if you do want to have a direct interaction with me about freelancing, to get more about it, I am free of charge, available to you to a certain extent, available to you on my inbox. Just inbox Natikule and let's start a conversation, and let me help you out, get on this journey. We need more freelancers. 8 out of 10 companies are looking for freelancers, so let's go out there. The harvest is plenty. The laborers must be willing to join the harvest party. Thank you very much, Eswatini. Thank you very much, MTN Eswatini. Thank you very much for joining. Till next time, do join the next session. It will be advertised on Junior Achievement Eswatini page. Siyabonga kakhulu.